Hey, Letitia, Lanisha, Stephanie, Kwesi, how are you? Oh, thanks for joining. Give another minute. I think I saw someone else in the waiting room. Yeah, okay, very good. I think we can get started. Well, yeah, thanks again for joining. Welcome to the Ideas Office Hours. You know me, William Howard. Really excited to kind of introduce another partner that we're bringing in to showcase more about Mailchimp and what it can do and how it can improve your business. I'd love to introduce E. Mackey, founder and CEO of Dope Art Media. And also a side note, founder and CEO of Black Spades, a really fun card game. He just kind of rebranded the traditional card deck and made it, his own version. And it's really cool. I got one for free one year and didn't even know. And then I met him a few months later, and now here we are. But excited. I'll pass it off to Mackie, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Emaki, like it was said, and I'm going to give you this presentation today. Um, Today, I don't want it to be me talking at you. I want it to be more like us having an interaction. So, if if you can turn your mic on, or you can turn your mic on and talk to me, ask any questions as we go, make any comments as we go. It is a-okay. Trust me. You'll notice also at the bottom right-hand corner of the presentation, there's a page number. So if you don't ask the question right at the time that it's shown, you can just say, "Hey, can you go back to page 3 or go back to page 4, whatever it is." But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Um, but before we get started, what city is this cohort? Is this the Atlanta cohort?
I think they're from everywhere. I saw some people from the West Coast and East Coast and down South. So I think they're all over.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool, cool, cool. So good morning, good afternoon, depending on wherever you are. If y'all are talking in the chat, the way that I have my screen set up, I can't see it. So just turn your mic on and just talk to me if you have any questions or anything. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and get started. So this presentation is called Inbox to Income. It's a presentation that I gave in person last year at the actual Mailchimp office here in Atlanta. Um, but I thought that it was still appropriate for you all today. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But we're basically going to be talking about email strategies that build lists and boost revenue. Um, like William was telling you, I own Dope Art Media. It's a creative agency. We do photography, video production, graphic design, brand strategy, product development, software development, marketing management, communications. Have 15 years of experience, have worked with like 350 plus clients, including Mercedes, Twitter, Google, Dove, Hennessy, Amazon, Pfizer, Remy Martin, Toyota, eBay, and the list goes on and on and on. We'll be here all day. My website is currently down for this website because I had a cyber attack um, a few months ago and I haven't rebuilt this. But if you have any questions or anything, you can email or call me at the number above. So we're getting right into it. We want to talk about the importance of CRM. Does everybody know what CRM stands for? Can somebody jump in and say it if you know it?
Everyone is on camera or they have the ability to talk or on mute. So feel free, jump on in.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to get on camera if you don't want to, but you can definitely unmute. So I just want to make sure that when we use acronyms, everybody knows what it is. Is everybody familiar with what CRM is? Well, CRM is customer relationship management. And the importance of CRM is that it will centralize your customer data, it will enhance your customer relationships, streamline sales and marketing processes, and it gives you data-driven decision-making ability. So if you look on the screen, you'll see a man and a woman. And the reason why I put the man and a woman on this photo is to kind of illustrate how important CRM is, right? So imagine you have a guy and a girl in a grocery store. They're strangers. The guy's walking down the aisle. He sees this beautiful woman and he's like, oh my God, it's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen ever. He doesn't say anything at first. He just kind of keeps going, bumps into her again on another aisle. She smiles at him. He smiles at her. They start a conversation. Conversation is going well. It's flirty, it's nice, it's friendly, and it seems like, sparks are flying. But right at the end, the guy walks away, the woman walks away, and he never asked for a number. They never exchange any contact information. I want you to know that no matter how much the sparks flew, no matter how much they liked each other, no matter how great the conversation was, at the moment they part ways without exchanging information, there's no more contact. And so, for an example, this is what's happening with your business if you don't have CRM set up on your website. You got somebody that's there on your website, they're engaged, they're loving your product, they're probably even buying your product, but you don't have a way to store their contact information, or you don't get their contact information before they go. And so that whole connection doesn't even matter because you can't communicate with them again. So CRM is very important because it's how we build those relationships, it's how we nurture those relationships, and ultimately how we can generate more revenue. Now, ways that you can build your list. Several different ways, one of which being importing existing contacts. So you may already have a list somewhere else. Maybe you had Constant Contact or some other CRM service, so you can import existing contacts. You can create sign-up forms on your website, which I encourage everybody to do. You can use Mailchimp's landing page builder, and you can collect contacts at events. So one way that I collect contacts at events through with Black Spades is a lot of times when we have events, I'll do a raffle. So Black Spades is a product we're most known for playing cards that are designed for spades. So I'll take maybe 10 decks or so, however many decks to the event with raffle tickets. And I'll say, hey, would you like a raffle ticket? For the raffle, we're going to raffle off these decks. And so what'll happen is I have an app, iPad as well that's right on the landing page that, okay, once a person enters their email address, then they get a raffle ticket at certain parts or certain times of the event. We'll pause whatever the event is and do the raffle. And so a lot of people are really willing to give you their email address if you just incentivize them. So the incentive is you get this deck of cards or you get this whatever at the event, and that's how you can grow your list. Another way is obviously people need to register for your event. That's a way to get in contacts for your list as well. So just think about creative ways that you can incentivize people to give you their contact information. One way that I use also is that on the website, I'll have where you can get 10% off of your first purchase, right? So let's say new customer comes to the website, immediately they get on the website, the pop-up comes up, it says, hey, would you like 10% off today? Enter your email address, and I think it's like another screen, and then ask them for their text message and then or their phone number for text messaging. And then after that, they get an automated response that will give them the coupon code. So just important to know that your list is super duper duper important. It's an important way of you keeping in contact with your clients and customers, again, to build relationships and drive revenue. So just remember that every interaction is an opportunity to connect, and you want to take advantage of those. Does anybody have any questions so far? Questions or comments so far? Please don't be shy. Feel free to jump in and talk to me. Okay, so moving on. So I'm going to talk about creating funnels and automations. So everybody knows what a sales funnel is, right? Or what a funnel is. Talk to me, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you
Y'all
want
act like they act like we're gonna bite them. All
no
right.
pressure, no pressure.
Okay. So the sales funnel, right? What we want to do is engineer the path. And that's the path that a customer or client is going to go through, right? We want to map the customer journey. We definitely want to automate email sequences, and then we want to segment those lists for targeted messaging in the future. So the way that a funnel would work is we have a basic piece of ad creative or whatever it is that's going to get that person's attention. This is like a call to action of sorts, right? So let's say that we make an Instagram post, and that Instagram post is advertising our product, our service, or whatever it is. It's encouraging people to go to our website. That's the ad creative piece. That's the first part of the funnel. From there, we move on to data acquisition. So, like we were talking about on the last slide, we should have a way to acquire that customer's data. So, when they get to the website, do we have a way for them to leave their email address? Do we have a way for them to leave their phone numbers? So, we're going to acquire that data. From there, we're going to move down to customer engagement. And that customer engagement can be automated, right? So, for example, I make an Instagram post. Instagram post goes viral. It encourages people to go to my website. They get to my website. The pop up comes up with the email for them to email, subscribe. They subscribe immediately after subscribing. They get an automated email that says, "Hey, save 10%. Here's a discount code." And then we get to the sale. So we have the ad creative, data acquisition, customer engagement, then finally a sale. And you just kind of repeat that loop. So now ways that we can use email to drive revenue, pathways of profits, right? We can craft compelling content and strong calls to action, optimize subject lines for higher open rates, and monitor key performance metrics. So basically what this is saying is the content and the calls to action are going to be very important in your emails, right? Obviously, we all get bombarded with emails all day, every day. At least I know my phone goes off like crazy from different businesses sending us emails. So the better that we can craft our content and our calls to action, the more effective that our emails are going to be and our email campaigns are going to be. We want to optimize those subject lines for higher open rates because a lot of times that's the only touch point that you have in that split second. So if I'm here, if I'm talking on my phone or I'm doing whatever, and then I see an email come through, I'm going to read that little blurb that comes up, right? That first sentence, and then I'm going to determine from there: is this an email that I'm even interested in opening, or do I ignore it? Right. So we want to optimize our subject lines, and we want to also monitor key performance metrics. So that just means that when we go in and we look at our metrics, after a week, 2 weeks, however frequently you check, we look at, okay, well, what are the emails that people are opening? How did these emails work? How did people respond? Did we get any sales? Did we get any growth? Did we get, meet our KPIs? So we definitely want to monitor once we've sent out these emails and created these campaigns. Now, here's an example. Again, this presentation is from last year, and I haven't updated it. But here's an example of from February to April of just some metrics and some revenue that I got just passively, right, from my email campaign. So I had 5,300, almost 5,400 successful deliveries. Um, and total opens equals 737. Total clicks was 121. And from that, I had an average order revenue of $38 and total revenue of 1153. So this is $1,100 completely passive. I did not pay for any ads. I didn't do anything. I just let Mailchimp run by itself, just 1,100 extra dollars. And this was just in general. I wasn't running any ads to my page or to my website or anything. It's just strictly organic. Here on this page, I want at the top, you'll see a campaign that I sent out. It says random 50. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but can you see my cursor? William, can you see me moving my
Yeah, I can
cursor?
move. I can see it.
Okay. So right
Yes,
here, okay. Oh, we got somebody to say what's up. Was that Laverne?
yes, I just indicated that we can see the cursor.
Okay. Hey. All right. So
Okay.
so here, the name of this campaign was called Random 50. This one at the bottom is actually the original one that I sent. I can't remember what was going on at that time, but I was like, man, I need to hustle up some money. So I said, I'm going to do a sale just at random, and I'm going to get 50% off of my product. I sent this email on Monday, February 24th at 5:40 p.m. Eastern Time. It went out to 5,400 recipients. I'm at 34% open rate, 2% click rate. And that one email generated $1,153 for me. Just me sending that one email. Did not pay for any ads, did not do anything other than send an email out to the people that I already have on my list. One email, $1,100. Um, that Friday, 4 days later, you'll see right here, February 28th. So February 24th, February 28th, I resent the exact same email. And I think this time I sent it to the people who didn't open it. So this gave me a 9.7% open rate, 0.7% click rate, and that generated an extra $133. So the total revenue for me just sending one email just at random was $1,286. Like just I made $1,286 just from sending an email. So this is just kind of showing you the importance of building a CRM, communicating with your customers or clients, and what you can do with it. And I know people make way more than that. Now this at the bottom right here are two automations that I have, right? So one is welcome new customers. The other is recover abandoned carts. So with this welcome new contacts, this was in October. So this would have been from October to February. Um, it completed 3,078 emails, which means that 3,078 people came to the website. 3,078 people went in, put their email address in, and got a welcome email back. It generated 38 orders, which gave me $1,699. That was completely automated. I did nothing. That was just Mailchimp running in the background, doing its thing. Another automation that I had set up is recover abandoned carts. It completed 979 email and led to 34 more orders for $1,536. So again, completely in the background. I did nothing. This is Mailchimp running. These are 34 orders that I would have lost, right? These are 979 people who put something in their cart at my website, didn't end up buying anything, and Mailchimp sees it, says, "Hey, did you forget this?" However you want to set up that automation, sends those emails out, and then you get that revenue that you may have missed. So total revenue over that time was $3,235, and which roughly goes out to about $539 extra a month. And that's just money that I did nothing for. I did nothing for. It's just automated, just running in the background, MailChimp doing its thing. So when you look at something like the automations right here that have just been running that generated $3,235, and then you look at the fact that I sent one email, just one, and made $1,200 from that, almost $1,300 from that, that's about $4,500 in extra revenue that I made just from CRM, just from sending one email myself. Imagine if I sent more. So I just want to just kind of stress the importance of the CRM and how much more revenue that you can drive and generate from having it. Does anybody have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, Mackie,
Mhm.
where do you find this in the platform? I'd love to see that if you can.
Okay, yeah. Can I show it after?
Yeah,
Like go to
yeah,
MailChimp and then send it to
absolutely,
it after? But yeah,
absolutely.
this is right inside your MailChimp platform. You'll be able to kind of look at the tab on the left hand side and kind of go through the tabs of different things. But I'll kind of walk y'all through that when the presentation is over. So key statistics and facts, pathways to profits. One moment, let me move this over. Okay, so email marketing ROI is return on investment, up to 42 times your investment, which basically means for what you pay for the CRM, you'll get up to 42 times your investment of what you paid. Personalization can boost click rates by 14%, which basically means that if we create automations or we send emails, there's ways in MailChimp that you can personalize that email to where it'll put the person's first name, last name, whatever it is. That boosts click rates up to 14%. 61% of customers prefer receiving promo emails, believe it or not, particularly when those promo emails incentivize them. So do they have coupons? Do they have some information that is educating them or giving them something that they didn't already have? And data-driven campaigns yield up to 50% more conversions. And so by data-driven campaigns, that's essentially when we look at our analytics and we say, okay, we have this many people opened on this day or did this or did that, basically from us looking at our data. Data is a very, very, very important tool that you'll have in your business because it's going to inform you on like what's working, what's not working, where do we need to fix, or what do we need to drive harder? Like, what do we need to double down on because it's working so well? So those are some key statistics. Uh-oh. Now, common pitfalls to avoid. Now, these are things that we do not want to do. That's buying an email list. I know that it's tempting to buy email lists, but let me let you know that is not effective because it's like at that point, every email that you send is essentially a spam, right? So all of us get these spam calls day in, day out, all day, every day. And those people bought your phone number. So you don't want to be the brand or the company that is delivering that type of message or that type of annoyance or nuisance to your clients or customers. Do not buy an email list. Overly lengthy or cluttered emails. If the email is too long, too lengthy, too cluttered, too difficult to read or comprehend, then people are going to probably ignore it and ignore you. Your business is your baby. Like, so when you write these things, you might think, oh, this is important, that's important, this is important, that's important because it's important to you. But a lot of times you have to think about it from your customer standpoint or your client's perspective and just kind of think if I were receiving this, would I really want to read all of that? Neglecting to clean your list regularly. This is a big one because when you leave that, oh, okay. So when you leave your email list unclean, it could actually do more harm than good because what's happening is um, ISPs like Google, right? They're looking at your open rates and everything, right? So let's say that we send out emails regularly and the same people always open them. The same people either never open, ignore, whatever. We want to get those people who are not engaging with our email list off of our email list because it's going to increase our percentage of people who do open and do respond. This is important because Google is scanning your emails to see if people are not opening it, it's going to flag you as spam. And so then your email list is going to be less effective. So we want to clean those lists and make sure that we only have people on those lists that actually want to be on those lists. We don't care about vanity metrics. And what we mean by vanity metrics are, oh, I have 100,000 people on my email list. Well, if I have 100,000 people on my email list and only 300 people open the emails, what good is that 100,000 people? That doesn't do anything for us. So we don't care about like the vanity of it. What we really care about is conversion. And we want to make sure that we clean our list to make sure that only the people that really want to engage with us are there. Weak subject lines and weak preview text. We don't want to use weak subject or weak preview because, again, when somebody gets that email and it pops up on their phone, you got like two, three, maybe three sentences to get their attention to make them want to click and open that email up. So we definitely want to make sure that our subject lines and preview text are not weak. We want to make them as strong as possible. And the final thing of what not to do is ignore the data and testing. Please get your data, analyze your data, implement what you've learned from your data, and then test. Sometimes you'll have ideas or you have copy or you have whatever that you think is going to work and you don't know until you test it. So test these things out. Do a case study on it, look at it, what worked, what didn't work, how can I improve upon this, refine your method, rinse, repeat. Okay. Now I touched on this in the previous slide, and that's thinking from the recipient's perspective, right? So we want to consider reception. Visualize the email preview. We want to keep it clear. We want to keep it simple and mobile friendly. Most people are interacting with the world from their phone. Unless they're at work, they're probably doing everything on their phone. So when we send out these emails, we want to make sure that this is very phone friendly. And we want to think about, okay, well, how is this person receiving it? You can do that by when you send out campaigns on Mailchimp, just sending a test email to yourself before you actually submit it for to be delivered to everybody. So that's a way that we can visualize the email preview. And like I said, keep it clear, simple, and mobile friendly. And we want to focus on what the reader needs to see at a glance, right? So if we have an email and we are given information, and the main thing is save 50%, even if we're just putting save 50% as a hook to get people to kind of get in and give us their info or get in and read what it is that we want to show them, we want to focus on that piece that is going to be the most benefit to the customer or client, and save 50% is a very big benefit to them. So all the other stuff we can kind of embed in the body of the email, but in that preview, in that text that they're going to see right away, focus on what they need to see at a glance. Save 50%, big bold letters, right? And here's an example of a screen, or what your screen will look like before you send out a campaign, right? So at the top is going to ask you who you want to send it to. In this one, I have everybody subscribed in the Black Space audience, right? I'm going to put who it's from our email address. The subject, save 50% on all decks. I know that our customers are there to buy our playing cards. They love our playing cards. Our playing cards are very expensive relative to what playing cards cost. So if you can save 50% on our playing cards, I know that my customer is going to jump all over that because we rarely do sales like that. So subject, big bold letters. I know this is what's appealing to them. Save 50% on all decks. Preview text, save 50% on all decks till Friday. So now they have all the information that they need. Save 50%. Then the preview text till Friday. So create some urgency. You got to do it now if you want to do it. I said till Friday because people get paid on Friday. So I don't want to miss the people who have to wait till Friday to spend their money. Send times right here. In this area right here, MailChimp's AI will actually calculate what's the best time if you want MailChimp's AI to calculate it, or you can send it at whatever time you want. And right here at the top right, it says send a test email. So when we talk about visualizing what the email is going to look like, this is your friend. You want to send that test email because I want to see how it pops up on the phone. Not only how does that alert pop up on my phone, but I want to see how it reads, because a lot of time when we design these emails on a computer and Mailchimp, it does not look the same on the phone. So we want to send that test email just so that we can kind of visualize it and see, well, what is the experience like from the perspective of the client or the customer? And many times I've sent that test email and I was like, oh crap, I don't like the way that looked. Let me go back and let me fix it. So make sure that you do that. Uh-oh. So now, last thing, this is our last slide, and it's going to be on leveraging MailChimp's AI. So with it, you get increased efficiency and effectiveness. It acts as your creative director. At the time that this slide was made last year, there were over 50 behavior-based triggers and intelligent recommendations. I don't know if that's increased by now, excuse me, or if some of those things have been reduced. That's a William question. But it can be used with email and SMS for up to 58% higher click rates. And so, like I was talking about in this previous slide, right here, where I know that AI is working, the AI will look and see when is the optimal time to send, and you can tell it to do that. The other thing that the AI will do is it will actually help you with your body text. It'll help you with your subject text and all that. So I would say leverage that AI. The AI can also, I know that there's a way that it can kind of like go through your website, pull out everything from your website and actually create your landing pages, create your emails. MailChimp's AI is actually pretty powerful if you get in there and get your hands dirty with it. I'm not as familiar with it, but I do know that there's a lot that you can do with it. And finally, again, if you need any help with your business, photography, video production, graphic design, brand strategy, product development, software development, marketing management, communications, please let me know. I'm based here in Atlanta. Most of the things that we do for clients is digital. So it doesn't matter where we are, but we do fly. So, if you need help, let me know. So from there, if you all have any questions or comments, please let me know.
That was great. That was amazing. I loved hearing about that. And if you don't have any questions, everyone, I'd love to spend some time, as I did. I wanted to see where the that revenue lives inside the platform. So I'd love to kind of see where that is and how it kind of relates to everyone's business here. Because I'm sure everyone would love to see that too.
Okay. So let me stop the share and get online. Okay. Let me just get logged in real quick. I'm sorry. Let's see. So nobody has any questions? Y'all are Mailchimp experts already? Did I do that good?
Not a MailChimp expert. Hi, this is Dr. Keendos. Um, but we don't really sell a lot of stuff in our dental practice, but I do plan to use it to promote, different events or different, promotional specials that we may have in the future. So that's why I wanted to kind of get a better understanding. We did use the um, email campaign when we promoted our Invisalign production day, and it was actually pretty. It was I would say it was pretty successful. Still trying to figure out some kinks and stuff, but it got to our patients. So yeah,
Where is your practice?
practice is in Austell,
Oh,
Georgia.
so here in the Atlanta
Yeah, I'm
area.
in Atlanta. Yep, yep.
Okay, I might need to
So
come see you. So
oh yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we did utilize that, and it was pretty. And I did do that test email first because I was like, let me make sure it's going out and what actually goes to the patients. So we sent it to like my personal email first to try it out, just to make sure that it was accurate. And then I scheduled it to go out to the patients at a certain time, and yeah, so we did that. Hmm.
okay, okay.
Yeah. But I've said, let me get on this call just so I can see if there are any other little tips and tricks to use it. But we also want to use Mailchimp for what was that? Oh,
I think that was somebody's mic was on.
oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, so I do want to use it for, like I said, promoting. Let's say if we want to do a whitening special 1 month, or even to send out our newsletter. So we're trying to generate a newsletter for the practice that we're going to send out monthly. So that's another thing that we want to use the Mailchimp for, to actually get that out to our patients.
Yeah, I definitely,
Hmm.
I definitely would say that you should do that.
Hmm.
You definitely should do that because you will absolutely be bringing more people in.
Hmm. Yep.
So I know that there is I don't know if it's Tires Plus. I'm not Tires Plus, but what's it called? I forget what it's called. Maybe it is Tires Plus. Wherever I go to get my car service, they have an
Hmm.
SMS thing, and they were doing like a discount on oil change one day, and they were like, "Oh, get a discount on the oil change," and it just went out to everybody. I went
Mm.
immediately, and they got $100 from me just
Oh,
from
nice.
so
Just from that. Yeah.
these things work, and I imagine they get tens of thousands of customers a year. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So they have thousands and thousands of these things going out. So I can only imagine how much more revenue they drove in from sending a free text message. So I
Right.
definitely would say to do that. I'll go ahead and share my screen here.
Okay.
Is there any particular time that you would consider the best time to send out an email?
Well, see, the thing about the best time to send out the email is going to be dependent upon your specific list and your industry and your customer behavior. So that's why I was talking about on the Mailchimp how the AI will actually screen or
Mm,
scan through your data, and it will tell you the best time for you. So the best
okay.
time for me to send an email may not necessarily be the best time for you because our customers are different, the behaviors are different, probably different time zones, different industries, stuff like that. So I don't know that there's any best time in general, which what that would be. but there is targeted best times for your particular industry, and Mailchimp can kind of tell you that. So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so wait a minute. Is my screen still showing the presentation?
No, we see
We
that.
see your MailChimp.
Okay, hold on a second. Wait a minute. You see my MailChimp? I can't. Is it showing you the
Hmm.
login screen?
You're already logged in, and it shows like home campaigns, like the
Okay,
tabs on the side.
hmm, one moment. I lost that screen somehow. On my side, I just see a login screen. Let me stop sharing and then reshare. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, here we go. Here it is.
Okay.
I lost my screen. Okay, so now, like I told y'all, I had a cyber attack, so I'm still trying to get um everything like reconnected to my site. So in that time that my site was down like a few months, I didn't pay my Mailchimp because my Mailchimp's like 140 a month, 130 a month. So I was like, I don't even have a website, so I didn't do it. So I'm still getting it reconnected. So if you see this at the top, it's just because I'm not reconnected completely yet. I just got the website back up and running not long ago. Which is also why if you notice here, store revenue is down and stuff like that because my site's been down for a couple months trying to get this cyber thing situated. But William, what was the question that you were asking me? And I kind of go through the side here and show where to find that stuff.
Yeah, it was the portion when you were showing how your campaigns have generated you revenue.
Oh, okay. So if we go here to campaigns, so when you log into your MailChimp, you'll see here on the side here, like this taskbar or toolbar right here. You can click on campaigns, and this is where you can create your campaigns. This is where you can check your old campaigns and look through different revenue and stuff like that from different campaigns that were sent. So if I look over here, as you can see here, like I was saying, this thing is here. This is what I was telling you about before, William, where like now that I have this new firewall and protection, I can't figure out how to allow Mailchimp to talk to my website. So it's like it's so frustrating. So, but anyway, when we get in here, if you look, these are my campaigns, and right here you kind of have like at a glance analytics. If you view the report, you can get more detailed analytics. But here we can see name of the campaign, when it was sent, how many recipients, and what audience it was sent to, opens, clicks, revenue generated. This was like a newsletter talking about our Spades app Blacker. So there was nothing being sold there. So you see zero revenue. Um, let's see. This particular email was sent out Black 30. Maybe I was given like 30% off. It generated $250 on the first email, 166 the second time I sent it, and 61 the third time that I sent it. Here's one, the summer savings, 50% off. It generated 405. I resent that email. It generated $324. Sent it again, 512. Sent it again, 143. This is that random 50 email that I think I was showing y'all before. So at the time that I did that presentation was before I guess that campaign was over. So it ended up generating $2,000. So just right here in these campaigns, you can see what revenue is being generated from those campaigns. Here in automations, if we click on automations, we can see when the Wi-Fi gets us loaded.
So I have a question. So you're saying
Uh-huh.
that because your website was linked to the Mailchimp, it was able to track how many purchases were made. So that's how you know your revenue for that.
Yeah, I'll go back to
Okay.
the campaign. So your MailChimp is connected to your website through what's called an API. And the
Okay.
API essentially allows an outside website or outside app or outside plugin or whatever it is to communicate
Mhm.
with your website.
Okay.
Um, Again, I had a cyber attack. So
Hmm.
okay, so since with Dope Art Media, right, I do like a lot of different services for different people. I had multiple websites, like
Okay.
on my one hosting. My hosting was attacked, which poisoned all my websites.
Everybody.
So
Okay.
not everybody. I didn't have any clients on my hosting, thank God, because I'm
Hmm.
like, I don't want clients to be dependent on me. So I encourage them to get their own hosting. But
Hmm.
I had multiple websites of my own, and so when my hosting was attacked, I had to shut down all of my websites, like all of them. It was just all it was all infected. So that's
Okay.
why no part website's not up. Why my Mailchimp is what it is right now because I'm like literally just getting everything back right. And so the security that I have now, it's blocking everything. Like anything coming in, it blocks it. And so yesterday I was kind of trying to spend the day teaching the firewall that Mailchimp is okay, it's safe. And somehow I still don't have it. But in normal situations, that's not like mine. That API, you connect it with like a product key, and or not a product key, but with the key, and it will talk to your website. And so the beauty of that is it's not just it's not just tracking like your customer like revenue from campaigns. It's also tracking everything that a customer is doing. So if
Okay.
I go in and I click on the customer, I can see every purchase that they made, the dates that they made it. Like it's outrageous how much data is being stored on individual customers. But yes, it will see what's happening and what's being generated from each campaign or automation that you are using. Does that answer your
Okay.
question?
Yes, it does. I was just trying to see how that would. So, for my business, it wouldn't necessarily correlate with that. It's we would just be able to track it from our dental management software because, like I said, we're necessarily selling stuff, but it just depends on how many
Mhm.
people come back, come to the office for an appointment and say, "Oh, I saw your email." I guess we could kind of track it that way to say, um,
Right. Because your
yeah,
customers aren't paying through your website.
right, exactly. So I just wanted to make sure that that's how it was being done. But yeah, we have other ways of tracking certain, uh, you know, I guess you would say certain campaigns or certain programs that
Mhm.
we're trying to promote. So yeah, okay.
Well, now I don't know what type of software that you use at your dental office or how deep
Hmm.
you really want to get with this, but Mailchimp does have a way that you can actually build like a software that will track all of that stuff, and then you connect it to Mailchimp. So, for example, like I said, we have an app. Our app is called Blacker. It's a spades app, and I
Hmm.
want to be able to know okay, what customers, I want to know everything about customers. So if my customer has an app, if my customer has bought something, I want all that data. So I talked to an
Okay.
engineer and I'm like, hey, I want to build a way for me to see all of this stuff. They build this kind of interface and then they create the APIs or whatever it is to connect to MailChimp so that all of this stuff is fed in. So there is a way to do it. I don't know how granular you want to get with it, but theoretically, there would be a way for you to build some type of software that talks to your accounting software, whatever it is, and then that way you can kind of see what all is happening.
Okay. Yeah, the software, most of the dental softwares, they actually, because we use specific codes for
Mhm.
certain procedures, we can just dial, we could just type in, like go to the report page and just type in a specific code and we can see how much revenue was generated from that particular code. So for example, a cleaning, we can see how many cleanings we did that particular month.
Mhm.
So yeah, we do have a way to track, whether it be products that we sold or procedures that were completed.
Right, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is there should be a way for you to track what customers got cleanings. So if I'm a customer
Oh,
or a client, you should
yeah.
be able to look at okay, well, Mackie came in. every 3 months. I don't know the
Yeah,
frequency.
so we can do, yeah, so it does that too. It just depends on if we're looking for a specific person. But yeah, if you within the software we can set specific I guess you would say parameters, so that so it would filter certain people out and just give us a list of that. So yeah, we I'm able to do that with the software. So I was just checking to see, pretty much kind of put two and two together with what you were saying in terms of the revenue. But yeah, we do have a way
Right.
of tracking that. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you.
So since you have a dental office, yeah, it's not quite the same here, but it's still important for the CRM because even if you're not able to track an individual customer's revenue in Mailchimp, just based on how your infrastructure is set up, what you can do is create those automations. So, like for example, January rolls around, my birthday is on the 7th. Hey, Mackie, we see it's your birthday. Come in for a complimentary cleaning, or come in for whatever, come in for XYZ, or automations around what's the holiday? Halloween. It's Halloween. Everybody's eating candy. Make sure that you come in and get a da 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 da. So I think that the CRM piece is really really important regardless. Um, so now it's saying my journey has errors that need to be resolved. It's because it's not communicating with my website because it's super firewall. But I'm showing y'all these automations anyway. So here's a recover abandoned carts automation. I'm gonna click on that. Um, and this is just an automation that I created that will communicate with customers if they have an abandoned cart on my website. And by automation, what an automation is kind of what it sounds like, automation. It's it's a it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It is a task that is being done automatically. So in terms of what we're talking about right now, the automation is an email being sent, right? Automatically. So this is kind of the path of how this automation works, right? So the first thing is the contact abandon the cart with any product on my website. What's going to happen right here is the first email is going to be sent. That first email is going to be sent. This is what the email says. Forgot something. Um, Now, what I found out through data is that sometimes our customers will come to the website and won't know the difference between the deck. And so that could be the reason why I'm getting some fall off in the cart. So in that email, I put, forgot something. We found a lot of our potential customers come to our site looking for the decks with the brown skin. So I know that this is a potential problem. So I put that in my automation right there and say, hey, if you're looking for those, click on these hyperlinks. It'll take you directly to that, right? If you got distracted, click here for your purchase. That's the first email that'll be sent, right? um, I gave it a 3 day delay because I don't want to bombard people. So after 3 days, if you didn't come back and buy that thing in that cart, you're going to get a second email. And that second email is going to say, a few days back, you left items in your cart. We just want to send you a quick reminder and give them a way to, go ahead and buy or complete their order. Some people would also include a discount at this point. So say, hey, come back, get a discount of this much, whatever. If here are the conditions, right? So at this point, if a person made a purchase, the contact exits. Um, if a person, if they doesn't, if they make a purchase, one thing happens. If they don't, another thing happens. So this is just basically what that automation looks like on abandoned carts. You can set yours up however you want to set it up. Um, Loading up. I see we got 1251 here. Let's see. Welcome new contacts is another automation. This is like the pop-up form. Essentially, contact signs up the black spades. They get this welcome email. Welcome, save 10%. Please use discount code black10. Yada yada yada. Then they can save. That's an automation. And I think I have another one here. I don't have a birthday automation, which I probably should create one. Oh wait, yes I do. What am I talking about? Create celebrate customer birthdays. So this one is just I actually forgot that I had that running. So if a contact is added 7 days before their birthday, so like if you went to the website today and your birthday is tomorrow, it's not going to work for you. It only triggers if it's at least a week before your birthday. You'll get this email here, happy birthday. And then you put in this discount code birthday 10. So these are just automations that will kind of help drive revenue or generate additional revenue in the background that you don't even know is going on. You won't even know that these emails are being sent out. You don't have to think about them, nothing, none of that. So is there any more questions or anything you want me to go over here, William?
I have a question.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I know we only have a few more minutes left, and I'm almost ashamed to admit that I need help with the found onboarding of my emails from my Gmail to my business email. I have like a ton of emails connections in Gmail, and
Mhm.
with my business, I think it's a CVS file. Is it
Yeah.
that I heard you talk about CRM earlier? And
Mhm.
forgive me if you mentioned it before, but how do I can you put a link in the chat or something that I can you create that CVR file to bring
Well,
to
well,
am
so
I saying
here's
it
the thing.
correctly?
Here's the thing, right? Um, so when you on the left hand side here, when you log into GoDaddy, you'll see an
Uh-huh.
audience tab right there. I just clicked on,
Yes.
so it's showing you my audience, right? And like what I have here. Right here, well, that's export. Up here, you can go to add contacts. You can
Okay.
add contacts here, and
And
you can
import.
paste, or you can
Okay.
upload. So you can upload a CSV, a TX, or a TXT. Um,
Right. CSV. How do I get that CSV file or what is
so
the best way? I'm sorry, I didn't let you
So
finish.
it depends on like where you have your contacts stored and how you do it. I will tell you this though. Legally, let's say you have 10,000 contacts in your Gmail, right? And you are able to download a CSV of that 10,000 contacts. Legally, you can't mail to them unless they opted in for you to mail to them. So if you got that CSV file and you put it in here, and you now have those 10,000 people, you wouldn't even be able to, you can't even mail to them. I had that same issue.
Wow.
Yeah, because they have to opt in because otherwise it's like spam. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Mailchimp is not going to allow you to just import because if that's the case, people would just be selling contacts to each other and you just import a lot. So like if you
Oh,
see here,
so I just
mine,
have to have
I'm
put
sorry.
it in manu. So what do you suggest? I have to have organic email exchanges from now on in order to. I can't
Yes.
review, but I'm an after school program. I have lots of contacts with schools in my district, and I would love to send out these beautiful campaigns. I see you guys going so far ahead, and I really want to send at different times. We have climate dates that we want to send out campaigns. How I have to just send them one by one, I guess, huh?
Well, yes, you it's kind of ways around it. So like one thing that you can do is if you haven't been using Mailchimp and you've just been sending through your email, like just kind of BCCing people, you can do it like that and in the email include a link where maybe you don't give them all the information in the email. The information is on the website. And so you
Right,
BCC
right.
them.
Or a newsletter.
Yeah, you put it in a newsletter. I will keep the newsletter as brief and short as possible to push them to the website. And then when they get to the website,
Okay.
create a reason for them to have to subscribe. And then that way they're subscribed and legally now they're on this list. You can segment the list and say, you know, parents, schools, whatever. And then that way, when you want to send different emails, you may want to only send an email to parents. So then you have that
Right, right,
segmented.
right.
That's one way that you can do it.
Okay.
But they have to opt in. Like you can't just import
Wow.
because this right here is 6,900 total contacts that we have, 6,300 subscribers. We have way more emails than that. But what it's like, I think we have somewhere around like 20,000 emails or something. But I had constant contact before this or some other
Yeah.
thing before this, and
And
we
they opted in.
emails in, and we couldn't email to them because Mailchimp didn't know that those people subscribed to us. So it was like essentially we lost them. And so what I did now was they're in the Mailchimp, but I have them like hidden in a way so that I'm not being charged for them. Because the more emails you have, the higher your bill is going to be. So I was
Oh,
nah, let's duck them off. So I forgot what it was that I did, but they're in my contacts, but they're not visible here because I would have been getting charged for emails of people I couldn't even email. So my suggestion would be to continue to email the way that you have been emailing, but create an infrastructure where you kind of nudge them to the website to then
right.
subscribe.
Right. I like that actually. Yeah.
Slowly start integrating your
And start
Mailchimp.
building
Yeah,
the,
it's
okay.
gonna be
All
worth
right.
it. It sounds like a lot, but
Yeah.
before long, you won't even notice that you've done that. And 2, 3 years down the road, you'll have thousands more contacts. You won't even be thinking about what was in Gmail. But
Okay. Well, I'll certainly begin. Are these office hours every week? Can
Yeah,
we
they
join in
are.
next week?
Yeah, join
Yes.
next week. We'll have someone new to run through this, and yeah, just spread the word. Let
Great.
everyone know that in the ideas program to join, so we can learn from partners like Mackie.
Cool. Thank you very much, Mr. Mackey.
no problem. Did anybody else have a question before we get off? I know we got like 2 more minutes.
Not a question, just letting you know, Mackie, my office is in Austell, Georgia. It's Pearly Owls Dental. I have to
Pearly,
throw that
oh,
in
look,
there.
let me write that down. You said Pearly L's?
Pearly Isles, like island.
Oh, Pearly Isle. Pearly
Yeah,
Isle.
Isles Dental. Yes, because I'm from Jamaica, so I had to throw the island theme in there.
I love that.
Pearly Isle. And I was just sending somebody literally just sent somebody an Instagram message yesterday or this morning about people going to Mexico to get their dental work done. And I was like, let me
Yeah,
like
no, see, not advisable. Because what you're gonna do when something happens? No dentist here is going to fix it for you. So now we have to fly back to Mexico or drive to Mexico. What we're doing? No.
yeah. I was like, man, let me go to Mexico where it's cheap and make a vacation of it. So
Yeah,
Pearly Isle. Okay, I'm
cheap
gonna
doesn't mean dental work being cheap is not necessarily a good thing.
not true. So Pearly Owls, and you said in Austell.
It's an Austell. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All righty. Well, if
Okie
nobody else
dokie.
has
Yeah,
any
this was
more
very
questions,
helpful.
Yeah,
then
well, thanks so much. I'm glad this is helpful, and yeah, see you all next week. Please come back with questions, and again, like I said, spread the word. Let everyone know that we're here every Thursday until the program's over. So at that point, our team is totally here to support you if you want to reach out. So I'll let everyone go. Thanks so much.
okay.